Hearing God's voice, hearing Him, is one of, I would say, the best things that can happen in your walk with God. It's a really nice level to get to the point where you hear His voice with clarity. You hear His direction, and you also hear when He's not giving direction, and you recognize the voice of the shepherd. It's so beautiful, and it's so wanted. And I was, for almost, I would say, all my life, I was struggling with that, and I was craving for that, and I was wanting that, but everything around me was everything except His voice. Like, all the voices around me were telling me something else than His voice, whether that was friends and family and even church leaders, and it didn't feel like His voice. And that's why it was so hard for me to trust that I'm hearing His voice, because I couldn't benchmark it. I couldn't compare it with anything else, with experience or anything else than the Word. And the Word was the only source that would guide me to hearing His voice, and it's only the first step, the Word. It's the baseline, but it's there's even more than that. But it was a hard walk, and unfortunately, even now, sometimes I do struggle. I'm not gonna lie, I do struggle. And I still find myself in between roads, in between directions. And I don't know which one to take, and I don't know which one is His. And it gets me stuck. But I realized, and we all know this, that clarity comes in motion. And the miracles that happened were in motion. Like when the man was walking back to his daughter, when he went to get himself cleansed, when he put mud on his eyes, when people were obeying what they heard from God, or what they thought they heard from God, the miracles were happening as they walk. As you walk on water, you walk on water. As you decide to get off the boat and walk on water, you're walking on water. As you go back to your daughter, trusting that Jesus raised her from the dead. As you go back to your son, trusting that he's healed, you walk back. As you walk back there, because Jesus told you, the son gets healed. And so there's this thing that I'm still struggling with, is how much motion can there be? How much motion do I have to do in the direction I'm sensing God? And the funny thing is, if it's not God and you're hesitating, and maybe you're in between roads and you don't know which one to take, and you're in a sort of like blocked and stuck. If it's not the one that God wants you, ask Him to put an end to it. So it's a dead end, and you turn back and take the good one. Because closed doors and rejections are grace. It's His grace to close a door so you don't go there, to reject you from that job, and so you don't go there. It's His grace. And He directs your steps into the right way. If you keep seeking His will, if you keep walking in obedience, if you keep trusting Him, He will direct the steps. So it's a walk, guys. It's a faith walk. And that's what I wanted to open up a little bit about, my struggles, and gosh, it would be so almost too good to be true if I got to be with somebody who can hear God's voice with clarity and can help me hear it too and discern it too. It's such a grace to have that in your life. It just saves you so much headaches. It just saves so much stress and anxiety and confusion to have those kind of people in your life. If you have some of those, honor them, bless them, listen to them, learn from them. Whether it's a husband, whether it's a mentor, it's grace.